Okay, let's see if that's working. You can hear me now. It was connected to the wrong thing. So that's... thank you for the notification. You should be able to hear me now, Kate. Let me know if you can't. Oh no, that's different. So you got... TikTok is streaming off my phone because I've not got an RMTP stream key. But on YouTube and Twitch, it's streaming off my PC, so fine. Absolutely. You go back to when you've done all that, lads. Go back and do number 2 again. Good. Just keep going back to 2. It's the most important thing is risk management. New IPO today. Let me have a look. Which ones we've got? Calendar. Where's my calendar? There it is. Okay. Okay, so what's today? It's the 12th. Well, you've got Corp Housing, Biofinity, Orza X1. That could be interesting. And Aquaron Acquisition. Those are the IPOs that are listed for this week. So will I be trading any of them? Probably not. I tend not to trade IPOs on the first day, lady, but there's 4 that are scheduled for today. Whether they go ahead or not is your guess as good as mine. Morning user, morning alphabet. Not a lot of movement. It's so far not a lot of movement. We've got a couple of in fact the biggest movers not great. We've got Neptune moving up So Nept on good volume, good relative volume. It moved up. It's retraced most of its gains. It's under the VWAP, so it's looking a little bit weak. Been talked about quite a bit on various Discords and Reddit and etc. No real catalyst. So that's the top mover this morning. Not feeling it myself, but it's not on my watch list. Then we've got very low volume We Trade Group, capped up, very low volume. We've got Twin V. That's 3 E's. This moved up, and this is low. It's in the $5 level, and again, not really seeing why this is moving right now. I'll have a look at Pagaya for you. Well, we know who's short on Bed Bath & Beyond then, don't we? So this is Twin V. Not seeing any particular catalyst other than analyst ratings. Q2's not till the end of the month, so getting quite a bit of that. Just sector volatility rather than individual stock volatility, and it's the individual stocks I want to have a catalyst. It makes it more reliable. I'll have a look at UBX for you, Karim. Okay, so 170 is a little bit lower than what I priced. So I have these filtered out for obvious reasons, as you know. 170, it's popped up. Don't know why it's popped up. I can have a. Do you know the catalyst, Karim, or would you like me to take a look for you? Well, good luck. You got in at the VWAP. Struggling at it's kind of a double top, struggling at 180, so it needs to get above 180 and hold for me. Oh, stop, Macca. I mean, I enjoy. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy the sun, but you can't take the dogs out for a proper walk in this. It's just too warm. Yesterday, I came back after she'd been in the pond, and she's I thought she'd peed in the house or something. Because of the stench off the pond, and she hadn't. It was just the stale nature of the water drying on her from the pond. So she's gonna have to get a bath this weekend. Thanks a lot, Latrades. Gaia, looking good. No, not really. The Pagaya is very low volume. There's nobody trading it right now. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's up 4% on the day, but there's not enough people trading it for it to be of interest right now. What is of interest, of course, is AMC. AMC, it's only 3% up on the day, but it's been making steady gains this last couple of days. Today is the last day to buy AMC and hold before the special dividend, which will be issued on Monday. Well, it won't be issued, but that's you have to be holding it on Monday with the 15th to qualify for the special dividend. So we might see some volatility with AMC, some last minute buyers today getting in to try and get in on this ape dividend. Personally, should that be the reason you buy AMC? I don't think so. Not financial advice, but I don't think that's the reason you should be buying it. Getting a free stock worth a penny. It's not going to make a big difference to your pocket. But if you're in the ape community, you're in the ape movement, and you're really interested in giving hedges, wedges, that kind of thing, then it might be something that you think is good for you. So well, I'm sure they enjoyed that, Macca. Let's have a look at Bed Bath & Beyond. I mean, there's no way this is going to... that's Best Buy. There's no way this is going to $1 anytime soon. I mean, it just gapped up there earlier in the week. So a big gap up. This is heavily shorted, by the way. Bed Bath & Beyond is heavily shorted. It's slightly up on the day today. It is one of these Wall Street Bets Reddit community darlings. It did start with the short squeeze with GME and AMC back in 2021, the early part of 2021. So the strength of that community alone tells me it's not going to $1. The fact that somebody's saying, oh, price target of $1 on this, screams that you're in short on that and you want it to go to $1. So, you know, good luck with that. It ain't going there. That's the best way, Macker. Excuse me. So that's the best way, Macker. Just get in, follow the early momentum, scalp a few big moves, and then get out. Get to goal and get out. There you go. No, it's not. Still waiting for that 180, the break of 180. I mean, you've got a good 20 cent move. I'll be taking profits if it doesn't break 180 this time round. So you know, I'll put that on the small screen for you there, Kareem, so you can watch it. There you go. You can watch that on the small screen. I'm sure you're watching it anyway on your own screen, but let's see what today brings. Looking forward to a good day. Today should be, if we see the right setup, today should be the start of the small account challenge. And we've got $2,500, 2,510 to be precise, to trade. So I'm currently in I won't be trading pre-market with a small account, but so I'm currently in my large account right now, my regular account. And after the bell, we'll look to get to goal, and then we'll look for something on the small account. Here we go. So you got the breakout there, Kareem. You got the 180. It's tapping. It's trying 190. $188 on the ask so far. Oh, I wouldn't buy anything just on the fact that Cathie Wood has bought it, for the simple fact that she's not been having a great time this year. It's like she's got the Midas touch in reverse. Trade the price action. If you're looking at long-term investing, it may be worth do your own due diligence. I would say it may be worth taking a look at, but I wouldn't buy it just on the back of Cathie Wood. I mean, you get activist investors getting involved in things all the time, and sometimes it has a bullish effect. But the way that Cathie Wood's ARK Invest has been performing this year, it's been very, very poor. It's been outperforming the market in terms of losses this year, that's for sure. But I mean, we'll take a look at DNA actually, because we traded this the other day. There's no volume at the moment, but let's put it on the 15 to see where it's going. So yesterday, it probably popped up on this news yesterday and then sold off. So it's not really doing much. It did have a good pop yesterday, but it's sideways. It lost pretty much all its gains as well, and it's just pretty much sideways at the moment. Who knows? Watch it at the bell, because yesterday it launched out of the gates. before then pulling back. It might do a similar sort of thing today. It might do the exact opposite and sell off at the bell. You never know. But anybody that claims they do know is either, you know, committing illegal insider information, or they're telling lies, speculating. Hey, Alistair, you still on the boat? Yeah. So we're looking at, if you look at I'll look at it on the 5 minute. You can probably see it a little bit better. Yesterday's pot halted a few times, and then just sideways at the minute. There's not a lot of range in the volatility. It's not very volatile at the moment either. So watch it for some movement today after the bell. But I wouldn't invest in it just on the back of Cathie Wood investing in it. It's not the right thing to do. Do your own due diligence. If you're going to take a long-term position with something, do your own due diligence. Make sure it's a company that you believe in with projects that you believe in. Otherwise, don't bother. Oh, I like Corsica. It's nice. No doubt you'll be getting some nice Corsican wine there as well. I think we've still got 15k drawdown to recover, so I'm not going to say we have to do that today. We've got 14 trading days left of the if we include today, 14 trading days, 13 trading days after today. So we've got plenty of time to make 15k to work to the monthly goal. That's a little over $1,000 a day, so we should be able to make the monthly goal with comfortably this month. Saying should, there's no guarantees in life. S&P500 slightly up on the day, as is the Nasdaq. Yesterday was strange. I mean, you look at the SPY from yesterday. I'll just zoom out onto the 15 so you can see it. So it started very well. It closed yesterday just under 420. It closed on Wednesday just under 420. It went all the way up to almost 425, and then sold off all the way back to where it started, exactly flat on the day. So very strange action yesterday on the SPY. It finished exactly flat. Yesterday's effectively a doji, I think. Actually, no, it's a red one because it gapped up. But over 24 hours, it was a doji. Any pre-market ideas? There's nothing moving at the moment. We've got the biggest mover is Nept, and it seems to be done. This is Neptune Wellness. It's a cannabis stock, I believe. This popped up early doors and sold off. It looks to be done. It's not even testing the VWAP, let alone breaking it. So that looks to be done. There's no real catalyst for this initial move. I can't see a catalyst at least. But it's a decent pop from under $2 up to $4.50. But now it's back down to $2 again. So it's lost most of its gains, looking weak. Nothing else really jumping out. There's no volume on anything above $2. Of course, Kareem's already pointed out that UBX on the low price is just got rejected at $2. That's moving up, but that's Unity Biotechnology. It's a little bit lower than I like to trade, so I won't be trading it, but good to see that you've made a bit of profit on that move up there, Kareem. Good stuff. So he got this pullback here, got it at 160 and rode it up for a $40 40 cent move. $40, that would have been nice, wouldn't it, Kareem? $40 on that move. TGL, I've not talked about that this morning. Treasure Global, so it's $12. It's down on the day. It's actually down heavy on the day. It's down 30%. So had a good day yesterday. Look at this on the 15-minute. You'll see what we're talking about. So it moved up yesterday. This is IPO yesterday. Moved up from its open, and it's pulling back now. So it could be worth watching. It's Treasure Global. IPO yesterday. It's worth keeping an eye on. We've seen a lot of volatility with new IPOs this last couple of weeks. It's a Malaysian e-commerce platform, Treasure Global. Moved up at 144% from its open. I don't tend to trade, so this opened. Time did it open? First thing. So I don't tend to trade IPOs on the first day. I just think it's a little bit too risky when you've got no indication of how it trades. So I tend to leave it till either day 3 or day 4. So occasionally I might just get in on the second day if it exhibits strong momentum one way or another. It's particularly volatile, but I don't tend to trade it on the first day. There's 4. I think we've got 4 IPOs scheduled for today. So we've got Corporate Housing Group, which is CHG. We've got Biofinity Technology, which is BIAF. They're not on the net. They're not on the. You won't be able to pull them up on the charts yet because they've not launched. We've got Forza X1, which is what I probably would be interested in looking at. That is FRZA and Aquaron Acquisition Group, which is a SPAC, so AQU. So that could also be of interest. So keep an eye on those for when they launch. You might get some volatility on them. Cable? What are you talking about cable for, David? What's the ticker? Give me a ticker. Cable, he's a Marvel character. Nemesis of Deadpool, I believe. Time traveler across the multiverse. I know what I've got a stuffy nose. I'm not taking my allergy stuff today. Hopefully that will help. All right, okay. So this is not. We don't do forex here, David. This is not. That's why I didn't recognize it. I don't trade forex. When I tried trading forex, I lost a lot of money, so I don't bother with it. I stay away from forex. Most people lose money when they gamble on the forex markets. That's how I feel. If you've got a strategy, it probably might not be gambling the same way. But I don't have a strategy for forex, so it will be gambling. This is stocks and shares. It's not crypto. It's not forex. It's not futures. It's not commodities. This is stocks and shares. Trading the stock market. Now, be careful, guys. And I say this every single day. You need to be careful. Hang on a minute. What's this? Most people lose money on the stock market. There's a number of reasons for that, but 95% of people that try day trading are never profitable. They lose money. That's across all instruments, like I've just mentioned, forex, futures, crypto, and everything else. If you just bring that down to just stocks and shares, then it's actually 85%. You have a greater chance of being profitable trading the stock market than you have other financial instruments. but only marginally, still 85%. So only 15% are consistently profitable. And there's a number of reasons for that. So if you want to know what those reasons are, let me know and ask me in the chat and I'll tell you. But for visitors to my channel, you probably already heard me telling that a number of times. But just be careful. Don't put money into the markets and trade with money that you can't afford to lose, because it's not a casino. But if you treat it like a casino, it will take your money off you like a casino does. So I'm watching Veru for a continuation today. Had a good day yesterday, pre-market. A move up. Paid us out yesterday. So it's held most of its gains. It's up there at over $16. So I'm looking for a potential continuation today with Veru. Of course, there's no trade there right now. We need to see the volume come in. So Nasdaq, it's above the VWAP now. S&P500 above the VWAP now. So they're looking okay. There's not a lot that I'm looking at right now that is really interesting me. Let's go back to the yesterday's IPO, TGL. It's top of the momentum chart right now. So top of the momentum scanner. It's above the VWAP. So whilst it's down on the day heavily, the fact that it was an IPO, it could move up quite considerably. It opened yesterday at 669 and went up to a high of 1980. That's quite a substantial move. Had a low of 455. Well, it's Friday, people. I'm looking forward to the weekend, if I'm being completely honest with everybody. I'm feeling a little bit burnt out at the moment, so I'm ready for a nice, relaxing weekend. I might actually go somewhere. Take a drive into, maybe onto the west coast of Ireland or something. Get a dog-friendly hotel and take her with me. Go and paddle in the Atlantic. I like being able to do things like that, just spur of the moment. Has anybody else got plans for the weekend? Let me know what we're planning on doing this weekend. Yeah, I know that, Owen. I like going. Might drive over to Kerry. Okay, Micah. I might head over to Kerry the weekend, Dingle Peninsula or something. It's I like that. I was watching Veru, and look what's happened. Starting to get a bit of volume coming in. Want it to be reliable. I'll watch this for about 5 minutes. Watch it to see if we start getting some momentum now. But exactly, Jack. I mean, to be fair, all my freckles are coming out with the walking the dog in the sunshine, so, and heading out in the vests and stuff, you know. So if I get enough vitamin D, these freckles will join up. Hopefully all these freckles will join up and it'll turn me brown. That's the idea. Doesn't ever work, but I keep thinking that could happen. But I have 1665 now on Veru. little bit of a pullback. Wasn't great volume to come in, so we'll keep watching it. Seeing it's hitting the signals, so we'll keep watching that. I've got it on the small screens as well, small charts, watch list charts, if you will. Apparently, I'm getting charged by Amazon. My Amazon Prime account is going to be charged €79 or something, or renewal. I don't have an Amazon Prime account. One of these automated con jobs that rings you up, and it's one of these robot voices. And you will be charged by Amazon on this day, and unless you don't want this to happen, then please call this number or whatever. And it's just a massive scam. Scammers are getting smarter, starting to use technology. Oh, don't mention AMTD, Mark. El Puno on the TikTok stream will have his he'll probably cough up a lung or something. AMTD down at 237s. 230s. So look at this on the daily. Zoom in, zoom out. So this moved up. HKD is AMTD Digital and trades under the ticker HKD. It's a special acquisitions company, and it moved up huge amounts last Friday. Last Friday, I think it was. Yeah, it moved up huge amounts last Friday, or it might have been the Friday before, whatever. It moved up huge amounts, and it went from like $13 to 2,600 on very low volume. It's the strangest price action I've ever seen in my life. Really is, and that's not even exaggerating. And it just kept moving, and then it sold off. And then on last week, this moved up in sympathy with it, and then just sold off every day since. So another reason why I always say, particularly with these type of stocks, don't get married to a stock. Swing trade. If you're going to swing trade something, do your due diligence. Make sure it's not going to do this. And if you're not sure, don't swing it. Just day trade it. Ride the momentum. Get in, get out, take your profits, and go. Do not get caught holding bags. That's what happens with these kind of stocks. A lot of them are just garbage companies, and they'll pop up and you'll never hear them again. They'll sell off and you'll never hear them again. It really is something that I've been guilty of doing it in the past. I bought BlackBerry. Where is BlackBerry? I bought BlackBerry at like $28 way back when it popped. And what's BlackBerry now? $6. And I was left holding bags up at 20 something dollars or whatever it was. That would have been early part of last year, January or something last year, whatever it was. Well, I'm glad I didn't get try to chase this on Veru, because it popped up and sold off just as quick. It died. Yeah, there's nothing saying that it won't pop up again in the future, but not anytime soon. It'll need a good catalyst for it to do so. So look, I can't see it. People holding bags on AMTD. I'm sorry, El Puno, but they ain't going to the moon anytime soon. And you get that stubborn, and this is one of the dangers. If you're a new trader and you're still learning, this is one of the dangers that you've got to overcome. Being stubborn. You can't afford to be stubborn in a trade. If you get into a losing position, cut your loss. If it turns around, and you've seen me do this, cut my loss, and then within a minute it's turned around and it's rallied back up again. And if I'd held, it would have made me money. That's the wrong mentality. More often than not, you cut your loss, you save yourself some money, but you never actually remember how you save yourself money. You only remember the big losses and the big wins. You don't remember the amounts that you could have saved by cutting your losses early. But it's important that you do that. Well, Intel, clearly not at an all-time low, because it was lower on Wednesday. But Intel's not looking great at the moment. There's no volume at the minute. Worth trading. It's slightly up on the day. Looks like we might be getting a bounce. As I say, slightly up on the day, but I would need to see, for me to go back into Intel, I'd need to see it above $40 at the very least. Might be just getting a bit of a dead cat bounce down here. Look at this on the daily. You've seen how this is the daily. We're getting to the lows, and then it bounces, sells off, gapping down, getting to lows, it bounces, and look at this bounce, and then what happens? It goes lower. So sometimes at the moment, the market, I wouldn't get into Intel just yet until we get the logistics issues sorted out with regards to the semiconductor industry. Intel, AMD, Nvidia, whilst I'm bullish on most of them, they're in a world of pain because of the issues that they can't supply the industry that makes them money. Simple. So you've got to look at the wider market, and you've got to look at the wider things affect. Why is it down so low? And they can't supply the market, so they're not making the money that they should be making. But it's a good call, Michael, because Intel, I'm in the long term, I'll be bullish on Intel and AMD and Nvidia and a whole bunch of other chip makers, because let's face it, the semiconductor industry is the future. The technology, electronics is still the future, and without these companies, I mean, yeah, one might acquire the other, or in that case, you still, if you've got long-term holdings on them, then you're still going to be quids in, because you'll get a dividend as a result. Yeah, for a hold, if you long-term, I think it's not a bad buy, and you're not risking. I don't think you're risking too much if you're investing in Intel right now at these kind of lows. Once they sort out the logistics issues, I think it'll be good. Do I think it's at the bottom right now? I actually think it could go lower, and it's already been lower. But let's see. Wait for a pullback. Volume's coming in now on it, so TGL could be interesting. Sega, take a look at that for you. There's no volume on Sega right now. Nobody trading it. I'd wait for the volume to come in. You're not even getting 5,000 shares a minute right now, so I would wait. Sega had a good day yesterday. Look at this on the 15-minute. You can see it had a really good day yesterday, but I would wait probably for the bell when the volume comes in. Missed that one. Break of 15. This has got a lot of volatility with this one. What did I get in? 15.20. It's got big range too. Caught between the spreads at the minute, but having a little moment. That went up to 15.50 fairly quick. I'll hold this for a little bit. It's quite rangy as well, like 20 cents, as big as 20 cents. So just be conscious of that on the spreads. Oh, 50-cent spread then. So very rangy on the spreads. Went up to 50 on the ask, and it was only 5 on the bid. So just be careful with that spread. I'm just waiting for, if it got up to 50 on the bid, I would have probably taken some profit. This went up to 1980 yesterday, a high of 1980. It closed out at 1782. I'll be doing the small account. I won't be trading the small account pre-market. The volatilities, volume and liquidity in pre-market is. I don't advise anybody trading small account pre-market. Simple. I will wait till the market opens to trade the small account dunkers. But yes, the plan is to look for a trade on the small account that'll get me to the goal, and away we go. So the goal will be today $250 on the small account. This is looking nice. Breaking 16. took some profits at 16 and locked in a little bit. It depends. It depends on the stock, because different stocks have different prices. But your share size is very relevant, because if you take 10,000 shares of a $3 stock, you're in for 30,000, an equity of $30,000. But it could, depending on the volatility, it could still move quite substantially. Whereas if you take 10,000 shares of a $30,000 stock, it's 300,000 equity position. There's a big difference. I'm just going to lock in a bit more gains there. I'll hold 2,500 till, if it comes back to break even, I'll get out. I'll add back at 1625. Taking some gains off there. Average is 1611 now. Up at 17, testing $17 now. This is turning into a good trade. Locking some more gains in there. We're at the daily goal. We're at the daily goal. We've locked in the daily goal. So now 1650 is our exit. First candle to make a new low, we get out. There we go. Nice one. Thank you very much. I will read the comments, Yellow Steez, but you have to wait while I'm in a trade. I can't concentrate on reading the chat and trading at the same time. That's how I lose money. It's not something that you just magically do without whilst you're. So what's my account that I'm growing? So right now I'm doing a small account challenge a little bit later after the market opens, but I started today with 92,500 equity position on this account. So the idea is I start every month with $30,000 in my account, and then whatever profit I make at the end of the month, I withdraw it and start the next month with $30,000 in the account. The goal is to make $100,000 a month. Actually, I break that down. It's $5,000 per day. I'm already at 5,750 as I've just done on this trade. So I'm at daily goal right now. The whole point is, at the beginning of the year, I had a good year last year, and just got over a seven-figure on the trade profit. So after all, everything else, I was just under 700k. So the goal this year was to get get a seven-figure net profit, trading profit number. And the way to do that, I worked it out, is okay, if I get to 1.2 million, I should be there or thereabouts on the 1 million. So, and I worked it out, it's 84,000 net per month, which works out, if I do 100,000 per month, average that around 20 trading days per month, so 5,000 trading profit per day will give me the goal that I need at the end of the year. The goal is to have a seven-figure year. Thanks, Yella. Yeah, not a bad trade, Zach. This is an IPO from yesterday, and I was talking about it earlier. It's I don't tend to trade IPOs on the first day, but when you see that they've got volatility momentum, day 2, day 3, can be worth watching. Now we're pulling back, so we got out at the right time. First candle to make a new low was up here, so we got out there. Let it pull back, let it consolidate, come back to the VWAP so it's not so extended, and it might make another run up, like, you know, after the bell. Okay, KMO, you're a beginner, you want advice, you've come to the right place. Not so much advice, I don't give advice, I'm not a financial advisor, but I trade live every single day. I give a lot of insights into my strategy every single day on YouTube, on Twitch, and on TikTok, Twitter as well, but nobody watches that. And if you want me to teach you, if you're actually asking me to teach you my strategies, I can do that. Check the link in the description. Check the links in the description. I use Benzinga for my stock picks and selecting stocks. I analyze my trades with TraderView, and I've got a nice community that I'm building up, trading community, where we help each other. I do mentoring as part of that with a day trade with Tony community as well. So there's a first link in the description on the video. Check that out, and we can help you. But stick around, you might learn something. A lot of people are coming to my streams, and it's getting quite popular now. A lot of people are coming to the streams because I'm effectively giving a lot of this knowledge away for free. So, you know, happy to help. I make my money trading. I don't make my money selling the course. The course is really a gate. The price on the course is really gatekeeping all the riffraff out, like Snooze and whoever that was yesterday. That was funny. Do you ever trade on MetaTrader 4? No, because MetaTrader 4 is a Forex platform. MetaTrader 5, they included stocks and shares. And it's still not a great, it's built for Forex. It's not built for trading stocks and shares. So MetaTrader is not a great platform for day trading stocks and shares. So I use Dash Trader Pro. I can recommend Sterling Trader. That's a good platform. I can recommend TC2000. That's also a good platform. Ninja Trade has been designed for futures. I've had a look at that. It's not ideal for me on the trading stocks, but if you trade futures, Ninja Trade is a good one. But MetaTrader is the default platform that people go to for trading Forex. This is not a Forex trader. No problem, you know, we can manage without you for a day or two, Alistair. Veru is worth a look. It's on my watch list. I was looking potentially today. It's held most of its gains from yesterday. Put this on the 15, you'll see it moved up yesterday, and we got a bit of this. We got a little over 3,000 off Veru yesterday. It did pull back some and has been trading sideways since. But the fact that it's held most of its gains is a sign of strength. It had good, well, it had bad earnings pre-market yesterday, and then it rallied. Had this dip on its earnings print, and then it rallied. And boy, did it rally. So Veru went up like 60% yesterday. So that was a big move. Is it worth a watch? You might get a continuation today. It's worth watching. Absolutely. Trade Zero, splitting the platform and the broker is difficult for that. So I've not actually traded with Trade Zero now. What the Trade Zero platform is their own proprietary platform. So I've never traded with Trade Zero, never used that platform. So I can't really give you objective, an objective commentary on Trade Zero. But from my understanding, Trade Zero doesn't carry the full order book. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's what my understanding is. So a lot of these stocks, you'll get Veru on there, and you'll get something, but you won't get the likes of TGL that I've just traded, because it's an IPO. So it doesn't carry a lot of IPOs unless they're big name IPOs. It doesn't carry a lot of the penny stocks, the low price, low float stocks. Now, the problem that I've got, if I was to trade with that, and that's the case, is the majority of my gains come from trading low float, low cap stocks. I prefer anything. I consider things under 100 million shares. float of 100 million shares or less. I prefer float of 10 million or less. And if it's a 10 million float or less, the likes of eToro, Trade Zero, a lot of these free commission brokers won't carry it. They only carry a subset of the order book. So that's my understanding. Correct me if I'm wrong. If Trade Zero have changed the way that they operate since I looked at them originally, they might be carrying the full order book. They might allow you to trade the full order book. I don't know. No problem at all, KMO. You're very welcome. So TGL, it's not a big float. So talking about, I like to find stocks to trade that are under 10 million. This is an IPO yesterday, and it's 7.5 million float. Well, 7.8 million float. This is why you get, one of the reasons you look for volume and you look for volatility. You need both for active day trading. If you're swing trading, you can probably get away with lower volume. But if you're day trading, you need both volume and volatility for the reliable breakouts. And this is 7.8 million. Now, you can't say what relative volume is on this, simply because yesterday's volume, it did 24 million. It's 7.8 million. It traded 24 million yesterday. So that's more than 3.5 times recycled its float across the course of yesterday. It's already done 2.5 million today in the out of hour session. So what is relative volume on a IPO? There's no data. The statistical data isn't there to give us what relative volume is. So you just got to go with your gut feel. If you're getting more than 100,000 shares a minute, it's good to trade. From my experience, on a low float stock, 100,000 shares a minute on a sub 10 million float stock is really good. It's reasonably good volume to trade. Okay, I'm going to top up on the water and I'll break. Diet Coke instead. And there you go as well. So just watching this, we got in here for the break of the whole $1.15. When it pulled back, I was just holding it. It was like 50 cents range, so it was going like the 75 low, a low of 14.50, so 85 cent range, 90 cent range, right? 85 cent range on these candles, 1 minute candles. That's big range, and you've got to factor that into your risk as well. If you've got a big range, a big movement, very volatile, you've got to factor that into, because you don't want to be having a stop and getting stopped out. You can't get stopped out from a stop loss pre-market because they don't work. But if you've got a stop loss target, I got in there for the break of $15. I got filled at 15.19. Then it pulled back to like 14.55. I was still holding. Why? Because of the volatility. I still thought that this is going up. So you've got to have the risk. What did I have? 5,000 shares, and I was risking 50 cents, 80 cents, or whatever. No, 50 cents. So I was risking 2,500, 3,000. I've made 5, so nearly 6,000. So the risk reward was definitely there. That little 1, 2. That'll go into the tonight's trade recap in real time, I think, on YouTube. Now, if you're a new trader and you've just taken a trade like that, you've gotten to goal, you've actually gotten beyond goal, now it's time to go out and enjoy the sunshine. It's we started it an hour ago. We traded this for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 8 minutes, so less than 10 minutes, and you've got your daily goal. $5,000 a day will take you to $1 million, or over $1 million, 1.2 million a year, annually. So conversely, $500 a day will take you over, 120,000 annually. So work that out in your own head. What number is relevant to you in terms of an annual goal? What's your current salary? And if your current salary, let's say you're earning 50,000 on your current salary, then $200 a day will equal your current salary. So and a lot of people see, me make big gains like this. My performance, my trading, aspire to it by all means, but it's not typical. Most people don't perform at the level that I do. So just be wary of that. Don't be thinking that you should be earning 100, 200, 300,000 a year. Build up to that. By all means, aspire to that, but build up to that. Start small, and if you can get, like when I start the small account a little bit later, I'll be starting the small account a little bit later after the bell, and I'll be looking for, it's a $2,500 account. I'll be being aggressive. I'll be looking for 10%, so I'll be looking for $250. Once I've got to $250, I will be locking that in. And it's important that you do that with small accounts. You lock in your gains, walk away, come back the next day. Unless it's a particularly good day for trading and you've got a good cushion. Let's say your first trade, you get $700, then you can afford to be a little bit more risky, go back to try and get some more, but you make sure that you don't give more than 500 back. So you've got your goal of 250. That's kind of locked in. Now your max loss is going to be 500, so that you're going to be walking away with at least 250. And just as a caution, I would say, well, your max loss would be 300, and that way you're walking away with more than your daily goal. So yes, if you want just one-to-one mentorship, absolutely. But to be fair, I'm giving mentorship to anybody on the Day Trade with Tony course anyway. So you're probably better off doing that. If you want additional one-to-one membership, then I'm happy to do that. I give the offer out to anybody on the Day Trade with Tony course. But they've taken the Day Trade with Tony course, whether it's 1 month, 3 months, or whatever, and you're in the Discord. I've already this morning reminded everybody, if you've got TraderView, which is the analytical tool that I use, then add me as a mentor and let me know when they've made a trade, that I can go over it with them and analyze it with them and give some commentary and some pointers on what I would do differently, or what they've done well, and highlight what they've done well. Because it's important to know what you have done right so that you can repeat it, just as much as it's important to know what you've done wrong so you can avoid it. So there's the link to the Discord. If you want access to the Discord, it's a private Discord for the Day Trade with Tony students. So sorry about that, JA. It's the Day Trade with Tony students get access to the Discord. Well, if you check out the first link in the description and go to that, it does have the it does have, if you go to the homepage there, it does have the price I charge for consultancy as well. So if you want the link, it's hustle-with-tony.teachable.com. Just go there and you can book in a session by the hour or whatever if you want to. I would recommend just taking the course, and I'll be I'll chat with you on the Discord. And I'm going to start streaming all my trades on the Discord. I've not quite worked out how to do it properly yet, but I'm going to start streaming all my trades on the Discord live, even when I'm not streaming on TikTok or YouTube or whatever. Right, where's AMC? You can if you're a day trade with Tony student there, user. As I say, any day trade with as you sign up for day trade with Tony, it's a private Discord for the day trade with Tony students. We're building a community up there. But once you've taken the course, then you've got lifetime access to the Discord. It's there. It's a community that we're building. But I don't want just any riffraff in there. We'll get Snooze and his girlfriend from yesterday, and or whatever she was called. I want to keep the trolls out, so that's why there's a price to it. To be fair, we don't get many trolls. We occasionally get one troll or two, a couple of trolls every now and again, but we don't get many trolls to this. There's not a lot they can troll, you know? We've got about 40 members, 35, 40 members now in the Discord chat at any one time, Dan. Like I say, it's an exclusive club. What else is moving today? Not a lot right now, so we just sit tight. This is the best part of trading, is you get out the big cigar, the big Churchill. Top two for the day. But right now, I'll probably keep my eye on TGL and Veru. Those are an AMC. So AMC for sure. Given the fact that we've got the special dividend on Monday, might force a few people to buy and hold. That you have to be holding AMC stock to qualify for the dividend, and the cutoff is basically today. So if you're holding AMC stock on Monday, however many shares you've got of AMC stock, you will get an equal amount of APE shares. Now, APE, from my understanding, APE is going to be priced at a penny a share, and it will give equal voting rights to AMC and things like that. But it's going to start off at a penny a share. It's going to get listed. It's looking to be listed on the NYSE, I believe, later this month. I have to double check the ins and outs of it, but it's a penny a share. Effectively, you're getting a penny premium for every share that you're getting. That's the dividend. So they're going to give you a penny premium for every share you hold of AMC on the 15th of August. So bearing in mind that the market's closed on tomorrow and Sunday, so today's the last day to buy AMC. Look, it's up to you, Maka. Do I think it's worth getting involved in AMC just to get these get this dividend? My personal opinion, and that's all it is, not financial advice, no. Because you're getting a penny a share. You can get more than a penny a share just by trading it. So you buy it at 25.42 and it goes up to 25.45. You've already made more than you'll get from the dividend. So, you know, and for me, it's more for this ape community. If you're in it for making money, it's not really going to make you a lot of money. But if you're if you're part of this community that's been loyal to AMC, it's more of a community thing. Fine, you know, if you believe in the movement, fine. And that's why I'm watching it today, because I think there may be a stage today, people who have sold AMC or long on AMC right now might want to add more, or people who've sold AMC and traded in the past might want to get back in to get this dividend. Well, then if you're talking about getting in today, then you just ride the momentum. Watch the momentum. I'm watching AMC right now. For me right now, we've got a pre-market high of 25.59. So we've got quarter, half, and whole dollars at a key level. So 26.50 is a key level. 26.60 is a key level. So 26.59 is the high of day. So 26.50, we're seeing it as resistance right now. Look at it on the 5-minute. 26.60 as resistance right now. I'll put a horizontal line so that you can all see that. You can see how that's been tapped a couple of times. It broke above it, but then was rejected. So the half dollar is important. 26 level is also important, as you can see. So quarter, half, and whole dollars are key psychological levels. You can see this one is the $quarter level. With this peak here is a $quarter. So 26.50 for me is important. As we come into the bell, we've got what, 17 minutes, just under 17 minutes to the bell. This pulls back. We've got the VWAP at 26.30. If this breaks pre-market highs, could be worth watching. But what I'm saying is, yeah, exactly. There's no liquidity in 8 because nobody has any. There can't be any liquidity when nobody has any. See, so Paladinaris, you're absolutely spot on. Today's the last day, but you're absolutely right. Close of business on Monday, the 15th, so you're absolutely right. My bad. Today, we might get a run today, but you could also get a run on Monday because it legitimately is the same day. So good point. So the IPOs, like I said, I don't trade IPOs on the first day. I prefer to let them have a day of action. There's 4 IPOs today. One on the NYSE, which is Corporate Housing Group. We've got 3 on the NASDAQ, which are Reborn Coffee. That's scheduled to be, it's expected to open at about $5. We've got Forza X1, which it's expected to open at $5. I wouldn't be surprised if that opens a little bit higher. And then we've got Aquaron Acquisition Group. Now, with these SPACs, that's scheduled to open at $10. So these SPACs can be quite volatile. That's probably one I might watch, but realistically, I'll probably look at the IPOs from today. I'll probably look at them next week. I'll give it a day of trading to see, is the market taking kindly to it? What's the price action like? Is it volatile? Does it have range? Ready for me to, you know, you want some kind of indication of price action. So we're breaking highs now with AMC. So let's see what the price action happens. What happens with the price action a little bit later when the bell rings. We're breaking highs now. So yes, I will be looking at the IPOs, but I probably won't be trading them today. I always look at IPOs, but don't trade them. Who taught me to trade? I taught me to trade by losing it. The market taught me to trade. Is probably the best way of doing it. So most traders, they serve their apprenticeship. They lose money and learn from the mistakes, and that's what I've done. I've done a lot of reading. I've watched, you know, a lot of educational content. I've done a lot of reading. I've built up my strategy that's right for me is not my strategy. Complete transparency. It's the same strategy that a lot of traders use. I just tweaked it for my own personality, and I would recommend anybody else that is following my strategy, tweak it for your own personality. Like, for example, I might trade on the 1 minute chart. Some people, the 1 minute chart might be a little bit too volatile, so trade on a higher time frame. Trade with a lower size and maybe have a little bit of a higher risk. So instead of me risking 10 cents on the 1 minute time frame, you might risk 20 cents on the 2 minute time frame and look for 40 cents and do it that kind of way. I taught myself how to trade. Essentially, I lost quite a bit of money. We're talking 5 figures. We're not talking a small amount of money. I lost quite a bit of money to start off with, like most traders do. That's the tuition fee you pay if you don't have a mentor or a strategy that you can work to. And I jumped straight in. I didn't trade in a simulator and practice to start off with. That was a big problem for me. I jumped straight in. I put money straight in. Basically, I was in a simulator for about a week. And the idea was just to get used to the platform. And then I jumped in and lost money. So, yeah, I would say learn a strategy, learn how to read the charts first and foremost, spot windows of opportunity, support resistance, learn how to spot identify the exit and entry indicators, all that kind of stuff. If you've got a strategy, a proven, documented strategy, you want something that you can write down, you can actually have a checklist before you get into a trade that you're actually going to plan your trade. I do it in my head, but if you want to, it will slow you down. That's not necessarily a bad thing. That's actually quite a good thing. If it's going to slow you down, it's going to make you avoid impulsive trading. So have a checklist and check it off before you get into a trade. Does this meet my criteria for a good trade? And if it doesn't meet your criteria, don't trade it. Simple. And if it does meet your criteria, then you look for your entry. And don't just chase the action. Don't just chase the momentum. Look for an entry first. If it's moving up, so often I get FOMO and I'll jump in, and this isn't bad trading. You'll jump in at a high because you think it's going to keep going up and you're going to miss the move. Don't. Very often I'll do that and it'll pull back a couple of cents later, and I've missed. If I waited, I would have got a better entry. So you wait for a consolidation period, wait for it to pull back. And what this does as well, also, is it confirms the bullish intent of the stock. If it just moves up, it might just sell back off again. So in which case, if you enter and it pulls back and sells off, you get left holding bags. Whereas if you wait for a pullback and then you have the continuation, and that's when you get in, you're more likely to make money that way because you know that there's strength in that movement, there's strength in that stock. So the number of different things you need to be doing. Yeah, anything by Andrew Aziz. He's got a couple of good ones out there. Andrew Aziz. Jake Berenstein's good as well. Good day trader. He's got a couple of things there. The complete day trader, I think, is one of them as well. And don't kind of copy it verbatim. Just take little snippets of one thing and another. That's the way I would look at it. How long was I trading live, losing money before I started to see a turnaround? About 7 months, 7 months before I started to have consistent gains, consistent profitability. When I say consistent profitability, even to this day, I still have red days. This week, I've had 2 red days consecutively, and that didn't sit well with me. I don't mind having a red day. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. But as soon as you get a second red day in succession, you start thinking to yourself, am I going to put in a losing streak in place? So then you start thinking to yourself, okay, what have I been doing wrong? Because if you're a good trader and you're a profitable trader, then you start losing, you're doing something wrong. You've changed something. And I spotted that as soon as more often than not, it's things that you do, you recognize you've done it as soon as you've done it. Once you get used to trading a strategy, you know very well when you stop trading that strategy, when you deviate from that strategy. And if it goes against you, you've only yourself to blame for that. Me this week, I started swinging for the fences a bit too early. I was a bit greedy. I made a rookie mistake on Wednesday where I entered a trade and didn't check the spreads. So the spreads is the gap between the bid and the ask. And I got in, it was like a 40-cent spread. So straight away, and I got in, I think 5,000 shares or 10,000 shares or whatever it was, and I was already 40% down on that straight away. So 40%, 40 cents down on that. And that's a rookie mistake. Always check the spreads before you look at your montage. The top of your montage, well, depending on what you're looking at, you should be able to see the difference between the bid and the ask. And you can see it straight away. On the top of my montage, you can see it. There's 2 cents on AMC right now. Hey Matt, how you doing? Oh, you're just in time to yeah, Forza's an IPO today. And I think Twin V is moving up on the premise of Forza. So this is up 50% today. Twin V Power Cats. Are they catalytic converters? I don't know much about the company, but this one is now the top stock in terms of momentum for the last 15 minutes. Yeah, absolutely, Matt. That's what I'm saying. You're just in time. We've got 400 likes to hit, and then the dog gets a treat. We normally get to this level just before the bell. Come on, guys, get me 3,000 likes, and I can give the dog her last treat out of this bag. I've got some more in the cupboard, but here she is. I've got 2.5 treats here. No, that's not a treat. That's the desiccated silicone desiccate, whatever they call it. Desiccated coconut. Oh, they smell rough. There's 2 here. If we get to 3,000 before the bell, you can have 2, okay? Just because it's the last 2. Open a new bag later. Oh, well, there you go. That didn't take long. Sit. There you go. You can have that one, and when you finish that one, come back and you can have the other. Elbies. Okay, good luck with that one, Kareem. I know you like some of these smaller price stocks, but I'm not feeling that at all. You're saying this will pop. I'm not seeing that at all. Even on the 15-minute, it's just ranging sideways. It popped out of the gates yesterday and then sold off, but it's been ranging sideways since. Very small range. We're talking like 5 cents. So good luck if you're trading that. It's not my cup of tea. I won't be touching that. But I hope it's profitable for you. Are you waiting for the other one? You can smell it. It looks like, let's see if I put that there. It looks a bit like Italy. There you go. You can have your Italy-shaped piece of duck. There you go. That's done. We're trading Six Flags. Thank you, Double T. Appreciate that. Like I said, I'm not bothered. And this is one of the reasons I like, because I'm lazy. This is one of the reasons I like day trading versus swing trading versus passive investing. If you're going to be investing for the long term, you want to do your due diligence. You want to research the company. You want to be looking at the balance sheet. You want to be looking at the who's on the board, the track record of the board, all this kind of stuff. You want to be doing your due diligence for a swing trade as well. You want to be looking at the balance sheet. You want to be looking at all these kind of things. I'm lazy. I don't care. I don't care about the companies I'm trading. I'm in, and I don't care what it does after I've made my profits. I'm gone. I just want to see that it's got a catalyst, B, it's got volatility and it's moving, and C, it's moving up on volume. It's following a trend. And if it meets all of those characteristics, I then look for entries and exits, and I'll get in, I'll hold it for an hour, maybe 2, get out intraday. And quite frankly, after I've traded it, if I never see it again, I don't bother. I'm not worried. A lot of these companies are garbage anyway, and that's why they're priced at 137 or 138 or whatever it is. Yeah. What is the catalyst? AM wants to know what kind of catalyst can be relevant. The most common ones are earnings. you're going to get that every quarter. So I've got TGL in front of me, Sam. So you've missed that. There's obviously a delay, so you type that before, after I'd switched it over, but you wouldn't see it because of the delay. Examples of catalysts. An example, earnings. The earnings print. We've seen a lot of that this last 2 weeks. That's usually a good catalyst. You might get activist investors or inside investors, a big a big investor. Someone said about Cathy Wood investing. TGL was an IPO yesterday, absolutely. That might trigger additional investment, additional people buying into a stock. So that's another typical catalyst that might do it. In the bioscience sector, you might get FDA approval, or you might get patent approval, patent granted. The same for the technology sector, a patent granted or something. You might get an award of a contract, so some kind of news catalyst. So Novavax, for example, right now we've just got a catalyst coming out. Novavax of COVID-19 vaccine has just been approved in South Korea for use in adolescents aged 12 through 17. So let's have a look at Novavax, if that impacts so I'm just seeing that in the rolling news ticker. I'm just going to see if that news coming out impacts the price action at all. It doesn't. You don't trade the news, you trade the reaction to the news. But if it starts to move up, then you look at the reasons why it moves up. So let's say FDA approval, drug approval. It might not be FDA, it might be whichever drug authority in a region. It might be the European, the EU, or UK, or in this particular case, Korea. So these are all examples of catalysts that can move the needle. Well, any kind of newsworthy event that can impact the stock price. So if it hits the news, if it gets a news headline, any kind of news headline, it potentially could have an impact on the price. So what you do is you look for the price action first, and if it's moving up, if it's meeting all the criteria for a trade, you then look and have a look, is there a catalyst promoting this? Because if there's no catalyst, it could be a pump and dump, particularly with the smaller stocks. And you might don't want to left holding the bags. If there is a catalyst, you know the reason why it's making the moves it's making, which makes